Hey guys, how are you guys doing today? I'm coming back at you with a new video on Command Executor for Bukkit coding. So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use the Command Executor to make your own commands, as well with the permissions system that Bukkit provides. So first things first, you want to make a commands folder or a package. And to do that, you would just right-click on your main package, New Package. You can name that whatever you want, but I prefer commands. Inside that, you'll want to make a Java class, and you can name this whatever you want. I prefer main command. Once you have those two things all done, just open up the main command or whatever you name that. In here, you want to implement Command Executor, and you'll notice how it becomes red. This means that it's missing Boolean. And what the Boolean is, it's the command executor that runs the command and tells the system what to do. So to import that, all you would have to do is Alt, Enter, Implement Methods, and Command Executor. First things first, you want to change this to true, as we do want to return the message or the command. Okay, once you have this set up, what I usually do is I change this to sender, and I change strings to args, as that will be our arguments. I'll talk about that once we get later into the video. Once you have this all set up, go back to your main class. Now, and you're on enable, you need to call the main command, or the command executor, or the class that you named that. So, I named mine main command. Give it a variable, so I'm going to say cmd equals new main command. Now we've just enabled that as an object, and what we have to do is get command. This could be any command you like, so for this tutorial, I'm going to say test, and set the executor as cmd. Once you have that, go back to your main command. So whenever I'm dealing with main commands, I like to make sure that I always check what the instance of the sender is, because it could be a console, or it could be a player, or it could be something else within the game. And if a console is trying to run a command that is taking the location of the player, it's going to return in an error. So to do this, we would check if sender instance of player. So if it is the instance of a player, now we can cast send player. We can cast player to sender. So what casting does, it casts the player entity as the sender. Now that we know that the command sender is the instance of a player, we can get more into the video here. So what arguments are? It's what you input into the chat. So for example, this would be an argument /test. That's 0. And what 0 is, Java always starts at 0. It never starts at 1. So that would be argument 0. If we did test say, that would be arg0, but in an array. Okay, now if we did my, that would be args1, name would be args2, and so on and so forth. So let's check if args.length is equal to 0. So basically what this is going to do, if it's going to check if the player inputted test, that'd be arg0. So what we're going to do is player.sendMessage. Yay, it works. Then we want to return true because we want to end the code there. We don't want it to run further. Okay. In our plugin YML, under the commands, you want to write with an indent and then the command that you chose. So this is what you want to put in there. Now you can build it. If you don't know how to build, to your server, I would recommend watching my other video as I've already gone through that. Once we're in the server, we can now run the command. So our command would be test. Yay, it works. Okay. So what if we wanted to check if the player inputted a certain word into it? So we would do if args 0 dot equals ignore case say. Arg0, it would be the following argument after our prefix. So it would be test say. This would be arg0. The equals ignore case makes sure that it isn't that it ignores the case, so it's not case sensitive. So the player could do say something like that and it would still run. Then we want to player.send message. How are you? Now that we're in the game, now we can check if the player inputted say, how are you? So if we did say, it would still run because we've said to ignore the case. So for permissions, let's say you wanted to make a permission to allow only certain players to run it. You would only, to do this, it's simply player.sendMessage. Oh, sorry, not player, has permission. Test.say. And let's just do a message in case the player does not have the permission. Player.sendMessage. You don't have permission. Okay. Okay. So now that we're back in the game, we can do test say, and we don't have the permission because I'm not opt. See? So we can do op sneaky underscore shadow. And now it works again. So I'm going to end this video there. I encourage you to play around with the Command Executor a little bit more so you're a little bit more comfortable on what you can and can't do with it. In the next video, I'll be talking about listeners and Bukkit runnables. So if you're interested in this series, I'd encourage you to subscribe and leave a like. If you got any questions, please leave a comment in the description and I'll be sure to answer it. Thanks for watching.